Thanks for coming over. This is Amodeus. Today's Dungeon Hunter Champion is about costumes. Update 5, Youko, Wrona, raids, arena. It's covering everything in just a big hodgepodge overview. But first, did you guys see these new costumes? I didn't know they were coming. I saw them this morning. I'm like, these look awesome. I'm buying them because I was actually looking to buy a costume for my Nature Archangel. And then I saw these as I was going through the costumes, and I'm like, whoa, these look super awesome. Pandas for the Derby girls, that's awesome. I am 100% down for that. Voxia right here, yeah, I'm a big fan of Voxia in 5v5 when I don't play Valor. So basically that means after I lose a bunch and I want to kill something, really like Voxia. But no, there's so much awesomeness in this this update. But look at this. Hold on, we gotta look at these timekeepers. These are my favorite. Well, I think, look at that. It's a rabbit. I love this. You could have given him paws and I'd have been super stoked. This whole thing is awesome. And look at Manus. Man, just looks good. I love how there's like blue accents on the inside of the palm of the glove. And the whole thing looks super, super great. I cannot wait for these costumes to come out. We have to figure a way for me to get these all, because I need all of them. They're all awesome. Fantastic. And if you want to see them, then just go to your champion box, click the collections button in the bottom left-hand corner, and then you can just hit outfits, and then you can just pick them and see. And if you guys find out about more outfits, let me know. But yeah, I cannot wait for these things to go live, because I'm guessing at this point, since you can't buy them, that they're not live. Man, look at Sharma. Man, these rabbits look cool. So awesome. But let's be honest, this isn't the only change going on. What about 5v5? So right here on the left-hand side, you immediately see, you can see which one of your friends or guild members is online. No longer do you have to spray and pray with your invites. You can just see who's on and hit them up. Now, I'll be honest, I'm on all the time, but rarely am I paying attention. So I know that we get a lot of invites, and I just don't have the ability to play all the time. Everything has to be kind of like auto for me. So definitely moving forward, we're going to have to look at some times, because I got the chance to play the other day, do some co-op with Excalibur, and he taught me a whole bunch of stuff about co-op that made me enjoy it a little bit more. Now, yes, we did get disconnected after every win, but we kept winning, and that was really cool. Plus, while we were playing, I picked some champions, and he was super nice about it. He's like, no, that's not a good choice. Try this. And no, that's not a good choice. Try this. And I'm like, oh, so Candy Munchkin? He's like, yeah, that sounds good. So he was super cool about the whole thing, and I appreciate Excalibur. Definitely look forward to hitting it up again. But what about all of these changes with Youko and Wrona in Arena? Well, I got some new. Oh, my defense seems to be working. My defense seems to be working. I like that. By all means, feel free to hit my defense, folks, and then drop in the comments below. Let me know what you thought of it. If it hindered you at all, if it's good, if it's not. Because here's my arena offense. Youko, basically all the new champions have changed. The Nature Archangel is gonna get his own video, but I just really wanted to pull this team out because we talked about this previously in a video. But this is my arena offense team moving forward for right now until something gets changed or adjusted, because man, hitting auto and targeting a unit and then calling the match done is great. So in this particular instance, there's no healer for me to target, and I see Malika as the biggest threat because she can take out my damage dealer Rona. So I'm going to target her. She dies because she's squishy and there's no healer, and then the rest of the team dies. I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to target her. It's on auto, so we're not doing anything. And then, I mean, it works very, very consistently before the patch. I knew it would work well after the patch because Nature Archangel now has that immunity. Now, the immunity is not 100% uptime unless he's fully skilled and has some skill cooldown reduction leadership. So you need that Greater Demon, right? I haven't decided whether or not the Fire Greater Demon or the Nature Greater Demon is better. I always err on the side of the Nature Greater Demon because of the Mortal Wounds. And I don't have Mortal Wounds on this team besides that. So I don't know. I'm still working on it. Drop in the comments below if you got insights or thoughts. Okay, here's a good one, because Kai Winji is the healer, right? So what we'll do is we'll hit auto and then target Kaiwenji. Now, the only thing on this team I wonder about is the vampire. Not because I'm worried about the vampires anymore, because I'm 100% not. Because this team, even if my Rona dies, the team still works just fine. The vampires, I'm worried, or not worried, because I don't like them. But, and I don't have one, that's also the part of it. But Ludovico over here is a really strong PvP champion, but they did get nerfed, so I'm curious to hear from the community how bad that was, because I don't run one, because I don't have one. Not jealous, much, but I seriously, I want to know, was it bad for you guys? Because I think a lot of people out there might want to know what was going on and see what some of the changes were, because from a Youko and Rona perspective, Rona is still just wiping teams off the planet, and Youko is still just doing the heals, because you're not really going to get burst damage down, and especially not going to get burst damage down if you have the nature A, because you have immunity and you have shields. So you would, in theory, need a strip on the defense that did the strip, then an armor breaker that would do the armor break immediately after the strip, and then you would have to have your DPS attack, and that probably, let's be honest, is probably not going to happen. But my big concern was not about PvP. My big concern, obviously, was over here in Steel Widow and some of the raids. And just disregard that team. We're testing stuff off in Steel Widow 12. We're doing Steel Widow 10 right now. So, pretty standard fare. We're just going to go double Manus, Youko, Rona, and Alia. Now, one thing that I will say after having run this team a bunch of times, you know, actually, this isn't free to play enough. And in case you watch yesterday's video, you know that I don't have Water Spearman geared, so he's not going to go in there. So we're just going to use the Light Archangel. So, a great free to play team, boom, ready to go. Super survivable too. You got shields and Youko, a little bit of overkill, but that's one thing I want to talk about. So Youko is incredibly strong, just in the same way that Hoshi is strong. And I would also like to say that in the same way that Manus has become stronger, because they all offer buff block, and buff block blocks shields. And that's something for Manus, I think, that makes him a viable 6-star again, right? I know that there might be some conversation about that, but don't make 2 of them. That's not necessary. But I think 6-starring Manus is no longer an issue, right? So I was kind of down on the path to glory yesterday, and it was 100% because I didn't really grasp, I think, how much better Manus performs if that shield is gone. So if you see up on the screen right now, like, the shield's not going to go up because Manus and Youko have just, you know, stopped it with a buff block, and with them constantly recycling it, and now Manus is dropping those dots on there. Those dots are not getting taken care of by the shield, they're actually doing damage. So now he's much more viable than he was, and that buff block is huge for damage dealers. So there are a ton of damage dealers that you don't even use in Steel Widow because the shield just basically negates their one burst damage attack. A great example of that is the Ink Ninja, but also the Candy Munchkin from a kind of a different free-to-play standpoint. Lemon Drop, obviously, not really free-to-play. But from a Munchkin or a DPS burst champion, like, you wouldn't toss those champions in here previously because you had to build them really high damage. They were kind of squishy, and you need a couple things to happen in order for them to really be effective. You need an armor break, you need there to be no shield, and then you need their third skill to go off, right? The Bomb Bomb Barrage. And I think one of the things that you'll see coming up is that with Youko in here, even though there were changes to some of the mechanics, with Youko in here and with the Archangel, the squishiness of Lemon Drop, and she's super squishy, doesn't even matter. Because the other units are going to do what they need to do. There's the armor break, she does the Bomb Bomb Barrage, the buff block goes up, there's not going to be any shields, and now it's just a matter of cycling through there. Now what I would like to do is I'd like to add a attack booster in here, right? I think an attack booster would do wonders for this team. and make it run faster. Now that said, obviously, I'm going to run Blade Masters in here. So I may not put a lot of effort into that particular team, but if, you know, in the comments below, if you guys have questions or whatever and want a more free-to-play team, let me know, and we can definitely put out some videos and work on that, because, I mean, it does change stuff. I mean, even the Ink Ninjas, like, really just going a lot of damage, right? Like, let's just try that. Let's just go Ink Ninja. And Monus, right? Because I think Monus is going to buff block. I don't like that thing that just happened. That's something new. I think it's in the issues area, but that thing where you hit go and then it just pauses and doesn't do anything, and then like 2 seconds later it actually activates. I don't like that. That's weird. How long is this video so far? 10 minutes, man. 11 minutes. Sorry, guys. So much to talk about, though. So, my Archangel, I just love him. And I love the Nature Archangel now, too. And I want to spend tutor puffs on him. But I am desperately, desperately concerned there's going to be a nerf, because he's so great. Alright, let's see. Can we do mad damage? Oh, wow. Yeah, we can. So, right. So yeah, that's the perfect setup. If we had an attack boost on that attack, that would be the only thing that would make that better. And once again, you're not dealing with these shields anymore. So, I mean, it just changed like 52 seconds. That's the speed. You know, right? 52 seconds. That's the 4-second animation. Don't worry about that. Because that's that post nonsense. But if you just turn down your settings, that goes away. Not all the way, guys, but I mean, it goes down pretty far if you take it off of, or if you put it on power save mode, it'll go down. But in the same way that I think that change to the mechanic of buff block made Monus better and helped Youko be stronger, it also made Hoshi be much stronger. And we talked about this. We knew that was going to happen. I gotta show that off real quick. Hold on. Okay, so you know this is my Steel Widow 11 team. It's not nothing crazy. I did actually switch out the Light Archangel to the Nature Archangel because I'm testing out to see exactly what we got to do to make that immunity uptime 100%. But I will tell you, this team runs consistently faster, and I can show you exactly in this run where that happens. So, as always, it survives because the shield is, in theory, consistently up. What I've noticed is that without skill ups, the Nature Archangel is just not delivering at the same level as the Light Archangel does, because, I mean, just downtime skill ups affect how quickly he can get that shield up. So we need that. But that buff block goes up. Everybody does everything they've always done, right? Nothing else really changed. And what we'll see is that the team, it's slicing through them, it's doing the damage. I'm a little surprised Mark hasn't gone up. Oh, there, of course, there it is. But right here is usually where we stall, right? Boom, did you see no shield went up? That shield would have easily added 4 seconds to this run. So, or probably 3 seconds to the run. So no matter what time you get, just not having that shield go up, it reduces your run by like 3 seconds. So even if it says it's a minute run, it would have been a minute 3. So that makes that super important, especially considering Hoshi's contributing that skill cooldown reduction, the attack up. I mean, she does so much. So, but no, I would love to hear everybody else's feedback. What are you guys seeing in the updates? Is there anything that you specifically want to call out? But as always, thanks for watching the videos. Have a great day. Bye.